Hey everyone, welcome back to my King's Quest 6 Demake playthrough. Last episode, what did I do? I fought the Minotaur. I think yeah, mostly got the Minotaur done. We got the stuff from the Oracle, which is great. Um, and that's about all I could remember. So let's just get into it. Get out of here, mouse. I always think I need my mouse. I saw the Oracle. That's the one. The Isle of Wonder and get some baby's tears. It's gonna drive me bonkers trying to figure out, since I missed my first chance to get the pearl out of that oyster, how to wake him up so I can bore him back to sleep again. Oh, what's this? Look at table. Look at bottle. There's a small bottle on the coffee table. It bears a label that reads "Drink me." Of course, very Alice in Wonderlandy, right? So take bottle. Alexander picks up the bottle. Get tears in lamp. Alexander collects some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp. Hmm. We really haven't done anything on the Isle of the Beast. Oh, the Isle of the Mist. Wait, that always been there and I just haven't gone there? I'm gonna have to look at my old video because I don't remember that being there. That or I just wrote it off. Alexander is standing in a small village. Arranged around him in a circle are houses built into the hollows of huge trees. In the center of the village is a large pit. There is a scythe hanging on the side of one of the houses. There's a coal in the fire pit. I just assume I'm gonna die the moment I try to do anything. Alexander, let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, that's, I thought that was a frog, but it's the drums and chanting. Alexander reaches into the fire pit and takes a lump of coal. Where's the scythe? Is this it over here? It said it was next on one of the houses, right? Okay, there we go. Hmm. I have a bad feeling about going over that way. Let's look at the shore, because I didn't really look. Alexander standing on a beach of a shrouded island. From here, two paths lead into the island. One to the northwest, okay, and we did one, but we didn't do the other. And one to the northeast. Weird gnarled trees and rolling mists add to the island's eerie atmosphere. So should we try this one? Alexander's frozen. Oh, here's where the drum beat's coming from. Alexander's frozen at the spectacle before him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place, but as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue. Brothers, look! I don't know what these guys' voices are going to be. This must be the foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come in during our rain festival. Place him in the sacrificial cave. Wait, I must rescue the princess. There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself. Alexander's pushed into the confining wicker cage. What did I say? Cave when it was cage? And the cage is swung over the bonfire. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get burnt. I think this is where I would use the rain spell, right? Alexander starts to feel a little warm. Yeah, we'll let him roast. The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot. Alexander's getting really hot. I don't even think we can Type here. Mercifully, Alexander passes out from the heat before the first tongues of the fire before he burns to death. Okay. Okay. This is definitely where we need the rain spell. Gosh, I haven't seen like a waterfall or anything anywhere. Hmm. I trimmed my bangs today, and the first day I trim my bangs, it's always like uneven. So I need it to like settle. And then tomorrow I'll brush it out and trim them again. But if you're looking at my bangs and you're like, "Oh, they're crooked," that's why. Because I trim my own bangs. Mm, I shouldn't go back to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. I shouldn't go back up the cliffs, I mean. You know what? Let's just go back here. I don't think we need the lantern anymore, so we can at least turn that in for something else. When in doubt in a Sierra game, just wander around. Hi, buddy. Because something may have changed. Good day, Alexander. Good day, Prince Alexander. I think that's his voice. Here's this genie again. Troublemaker. You can't get me, bud. What do I have? Tinderbox. We used the flute already. Doesn't mean we're not going to use it again. I just don't know which one of these I'm going to end up using anytime soon. I might have to cheat. Oh, this is a black screen, so my face is really darkened. I haven't been turning on so many lights, so uh, just because my kitchen's a mess and my apartment's a mess, and you don't need to see all that. You know what? Let's just take the nightingale again until we have a reason. Okay. Yuck. He's gross. I hate him. Out of my way. I don't want to talk. Let's talk to Jalo again. Jalo, my friend. Is the wedding still moving forward at the castle? Prince Alex egads, yes, that confounded wedding has the whole castle a bustle. I didn't come here. Wait, what was his voice? I think that was his voice. I didn't come here to talk about that, though. I came to warn you. Warn me? About what? Isn't the wedding bad enough? No, listen. The vizier knows you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards, and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he mean but you? The vizier's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex. I don't know how, but he must have. I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid. Alexander, this is serious. Alhazred will never let you get close to Cassima now. He's doubled the castle guard, probably to make sure to keep you out. Gadzooks, it's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the island or even died. If he thought you were out of the way, you might be able to get close enough to. What an interesting thought. Tell me more about this genie. Hmm. The genie's name is Shamir Shemazel. Awesome. How was it? It's a Laverne. I feel like that's a Laverne and Shirley reference. Alhazred brought Shamir with him when he came to this kingdom. Shamir probably won't directly threaten you, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster and an ingenious spy. It's too bad we can't get our hands on Shamir's lamp. If we had that lamp, Alhazred and all of our other problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing? You would wish to be a master of such a wicked creature? Oh, Shamir isn't necessarily evil. Genies never are, you know. They only reflect their owner's heart. For good or ill, there's no such thing as a bad Pokemon, just a bad Pokemon trainer. Alhazred is hardly a shining example for an impressionable genie. So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp? What? Prince Alex, I was Only dreaming. The lamp is heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's own trousers while he's wearing them than it would be to get that lamp. But surely a clown's hands are quick and agile. Too much information. Well, yes, they are a matter of fact, but the theft would be detected almost immediately, and then my poor neck. If the theft were detected. Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap. I alone can get close enough. But I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say, I cannot. Well, I'll just have to see what I can do. Good luck to you then, Prince Alex. I really must be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, oh, it's too high of a risk. I hope you understand. If I see Cassima, I'll tell you that I saw her. If you do ever make it up to the castle, look me up, and do be careful, friend. I will. Goodbye, Jalo. Thanks for all your help. Thanks, Jalo. So, right, we need to get that lamp from the lamp trader, and the only lamp we have is the one that's currently full of baby tears. I don't think I have anything to talk to. How fare you, merchant? Sufficiently well, thank you, Alexander. My only wish is for more time to read. Yep, okay. Nothing new here. Good old Jalo. So I think the lamp merchant probably won't show up until we cast that rain spell, right? Falling water. Gosh, I don't want to cheat, but I also don't want to be stuck on it. Hmm. I need what's that site that I used for hold on. Universal Hint System, right? That's the name of it. Okay, let's look up King's Quest 6 on Universal Hint. I didn't find what I was looking for, but it did gently steer me in the direction that I need to use the shield on the Isle of the Beast. That's why I like the Universal Hint System. It's like, you know, how do I get past the archer? And it's like, well, he only has one arrow. I'm like, oh, how do I avoid that? It's like, well, do you have any way to protect yourself? I'm like, oh, ding dong, you have the shield. I like that much more than walkthroughs. Yeah, I'm technically still cheating, but I get to use my brain a little bit in the process. It's not just handed to me on a platter, right? Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield just in case. Bonk. Oh, my shield. The magic arrow completely shatters. Wow. The magic arrow completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander. Would have shattered me to bits. Um. Okay. Oh, can we get a rose? Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges. Perfect. Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo. Nope. But the rose hedges on either side of the path, sensing intruders' presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked. I don't think I have anything for that. Let's look. A side? Maybe I can use a side? Hmm. There we go. Just be simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Alexander wields a scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedge. Oh, maybe a little too magical. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together. He sees light. Heck yeah, get it, Alexander. He's through. Oh, I remember this guy. Oh, who dares enter the beast garden? My name is Alexander. I didn't mean to disturb your private garden. You didn't? You literally just use a scythe to, like, chop open a hedge, Alexander. I would say that's trespassing. No, and yet, monsieur, you could have hardly accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the Isle of the Beasts. That's what I'm saying. I suppose it's simply my nature to break through enchanted traps. Hmm. You must be a prince, then. I know the nature of princes all too well. This face you see before you is hideous, is it not? Well, for the face of a beast, it really is quite noble. I'm glad you like it, for you will soon own one just like it. I too was once a pretty prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair maidens. But I rankled one too many evil hags. One dark night I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago. Surely there is a way off this island. Oh, surely. And you broke in, did you not? And yet, think, where would I, clad so eloquently as I am with this silk and this belt? You see me, my prison is also my sanctuary. Wow, I'm having a hard time. You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in, lo, these many years. That is, except for the druids who stole my heirloom coat of arms. Oh, if there's any way I can help. Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and a protection for you more than me. Your prize for forcing your way past this is to join me in this dire life. By the laws of sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for broaching this garden is to be my slave. As a slave as beastly as I am, you've only a few hours of humanity left. Oh, falling water right in front of me. But that's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere. The enchantment you were under is tied to my own. The sorceress left me a way out, all right, but I'm afraid it was only her final bitter joke. You see, don't like to find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly. Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's terrible cruelty and cunning. I shall try to find such a maid for Casima's sake. Truly? How determined of you! I personally would not waste my last hours as a man on an impossible errand. However, you may do as you please. I give you this token. It's my family ring, and the only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should, if you think you've found a maid, I shall give her this ring. Yes, she must accept it by her own free will. By doing so, she accepts me. Not that you shall find anyone, mind you. Your time is short. Count the minutes on your fingers while your fingers you have, pretty prince. Your master will await you. But what do I get? What do I collect? Yeah, with what? Don't I have sludge in the teacup already. What goes in the teacup? It's not, it's 3 waters, right? It's falling water, sacred water, and salty water. But I don't know if I have a thing to put it in. Because right now all my vessels are full. Hmm. Well, maybe I won't worry about that. Maybe, what's this potion? Oh, that's the drink me one. Okay. Let's go talk to the gal at the rose garden. Since I don't have anything to collect the water in now. Well, I'm all, my throat's all jacked up. I love that animation. Um, Excuse me, maid, but I have someone I'd like to tell you about. Please, sir, I'm not allowed to talk to strangers. Pardon Pardon me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might perhaps like a fresh white rose. Alexander can see the conflict in the pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose. The rose wins. Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such color? There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic. Oh, truly? What an adventure that must be to see them! But I should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir. Alexander has a thought about the servant girl. He decides to bring up the subject of the beast with her. Let me tell you about the place where the white roses grow. The Isle of the Beast is an enchanted place. There's a path running through the deep forest. The path crosses three magic blockades set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast. Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious? It is a beast that walks on two legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man. A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too? Not magical. Enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast and set him on the island. There he lives in the castle in the midst of a maze. How terrible! I imagine him how lonely he must be. It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? I have met him, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be? He really exists? How it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think it so? Oh, I think it's so. I very much think it's so. Would you not be afraid of him? Afraid? Maybe at first, but how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see. I could take you there. In fact, I would owe you my life if you would go. If you truly wish to go. Are you serious? I could leave here? I have always dreamt of leaving, but to actually go. This is the only home I've ever known. Home is a hard place to leave, even if you're unhappy there. Ain't that true? But I will go. If I can help him, I must go. Yeah, you're gonna get yelled at, but let's get out of here, lady. Is there nothing you wish to take with you? There's nothing. Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it. Why, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir. Uh-oh, here comes this old hag. Beauty, where do you think you're going? To a place where roses grow, and to someone who truly needs me. Oh, nice. I see you wear my ring. You willingly agree to spend your life here with me? Do you know what that means? Yes, my lord, I do. I have been touched by your story. Oh, pity alone need not sentence you to endure this face. Oh, but it is a kind and gentle face. You look at me sweetly and are not repulsed? Oh, by the light of your eyes, my spirit soars. Hooray, turned back into a. He turned back into a prince. The enchantment, it is broken. I should give him a fat voice. I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay? What? Speak not such nonsense, beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here? You are my queen. Nice. Oh, my clothes. This gown. How well it suits your noble heart. Oh, Alexander, how can I ever repay you? I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes. Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels. You have already repaid me by your example of courage, beauty, and by your friendship, I hope. You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. We are all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror. Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it. Give it to someone with nothing to fear from the truth it reveals. Thank you. I wish you both well. Come, beauty, let me take you home. Isn't that very nice? I still don't know how to get this water. What do we use the mirror? Whoops. What do we use the I opened up my Windows settings. Can I put the flying water in the sacred lamp? The sacred lamp. Can I put the falling water in the hunter lamp with the sacred water? Because they need to be mixed anyway. Let's try that. Okay, the lamp's not ready for the fountain water. Hmm. Going back to universal hint system. I don't know what this parchment is on the Isle of Wonder, but the universal hint system told me how to get it. And it was not what I was thinking at all. This is definitely something I forgot. I don't know. Did I screw this up? When was the last time I saved it? Oh, thank God. I just got too close to the web instead of looking at it. Okay, so there's this string right here you can pull. Ugh. Hey, don't touch that thread! Okay, so now she's mad about that, so I can grab this. Alexander snatches a scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it. Love. Okay. The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough. It said love, right? So that must be the answer to some puzzle later. Okay, I gotta cheat again. Judge me all you want. There we go. Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates. Okay, so now we might be able to get the falling water. I just really hope I didn't hose myself with that oyster. I'm gonna soft lock myself in the demake because I didn't grab the pearl fast enough. So we're gonna get water with lamp. Alexander fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with fountain water. Now we should be able to enchant it. Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the make rain spell incantation. Clouds of thunder, shafts of light, come and sup with me tonight. Waters three have, I for tea, brew a tempest now, for me. The lamp in Alexander's hand gives a little perk. He hopes the spell works despite his makeshift teapot. Oh, that's why it says tea in there. Okay, so now we should be able to use this on the druids. Uh, I think it'll just automatically work. Don't think I need to type anything in that sequence. I think because it's a tea kettle, I think when it boils in a hot fire, it'll um activate. Oh, great gods, did you see that? That man just appeared from nowhere. Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat. He's an intruder no matter how he got here. Grab him. Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem. I think not. Let's go. We read this already. Just put me in the cage. Wickerman me. Okay, now the lamp should activate. Let's see. Oh, I used the clothes. I mean, I can't do anything here. Oh, the heat and movement must have jarred something. Something that Alexander's carrying is starting to jiggle around. Egad, something's really percolating. The water in Alexander's lamp is hot. It's not just hot, it's boiling. Alexander feels a drop. It starts to rain. Hooray! I am like a god. That man is a powerful nature wizard. By the sacred oak, let him down, I think is what it said. Later, after the short but furious thunderstorm. I must apologize for our rude welcoming committee. We've been feeling inhospitable ever since the winged one stole our sacred miniature oak tree. Everyone's stealing stuff. Besides, Vizier Al-Hazred sent a message that we were to watch out for a highly dangerous foreign assassin. I assume you are the one he meant. I'm sure I'm precisely who he meant. I assure you I mean to harm no one, unless that person threatens the princess. I'm sorry you have to have disrupted your ceremony, but I'm running out of time. What is it that you seek? The oracle on the Isle of Sacred Mountain told me I should speak to you about the realm of the dead. She told me of two souls in unrest there that I might be able to free. 3 souls in the realm of the dead? You're mad. The souls might be able to help me on my mission to save the princess. It's imperative that I do everything I can. The risks are not important. No, and yet getting yourself killed will hardly help the princess. But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it that the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save his own life or the life of another has already passed. But the knowledge of how to do this was lost centuries ago. That it is the right of any human. Okay. I didn't understand that when I read that. But there's a right to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save your own life or the life of someone else who's died. I have only heard of the one who tried it. A young knight who came to the lands of the Green Isles from a distant land long ago. According to the story, he was determined to challenge the Lord of the Dead for the soul of his dead lover. It is said that he tamed the Lord of the Dead's horse, a black-winged, demon-hearted beast named Nightmare. Nightmare sometimes flies to the human world to feed on certain noxious plants. Oh, like the nightshade on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Those unfortunate enough to see her are glad to escape with their very souls intact. Somehow the knight captured Nightmare and rode off on her back, supposedly to the realm of the dead. But neither the knight nor his lover ever returned. If there was a means for the challenge, it was lost with the knight. I see. Can you tell me anything about the Lord of the Dead? That is a blacker matter still. The Druids he is Samhain, lord of the coldness and despair. Samhain was once a man like you or I, but he insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the underworld. Immortal he is, and mateless, robbed of sleep, robbed of movement, robbed of companionship. It is said that he hates all mortals even more for the mortality that he lost. That is all I know. Interesting. I will remember that. Now, look how the oak embers of our bonfire still glow hot, despite the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one. May it indeed. Thank you, Archdruid. These are the embers. Get embers. Put embers in skull. Alexander scoops up some of the red hot embers in the ancient human skull. Okay. What do we need to tame the horse now that we know that Nightmare is up at the Nightshade? Okay, skull of hot embers, a bit of sulfur, brimstone. Strand of pure-hearted maiden's hair. Well, if we didn't get hair from that, is there hair on the rose bushes somewhere? I mean, there's only two women in this game, Cosima and Beauty. And I don't feel like we're gonna get hair from Cosima. I feel like it's Beauty's hair we need to get. I mean, the queens in chessboard land are women, obviously, but they don't have hair. I'm gonna universal hint system save me. You can find hair in several places. Okay. Yes. Do you know of any pure maidens? Yes, I know two. There are two of them in this game. Yes, Cosima and Beauty. Beauty and Cosima. They won't give you a strand of hair, but one might be caught in something else they gave you. I think the clothes burned up. Let's take a look. Um, I feel like I should have looked at the clothes before we did that, but it says there's a couple of options. For Beauty, look in her dress. For Cosimo, look in the red ribbon she gave you. Okay. That's when I played King's Quest 6 originally. I remember getting her black hair from the ribbon. I didn't even realize you could get Beauty's hair from the dress. But how do I get Cosima to give me? I know I need to send her something else. Oh gosh, I'm a ding dong. You send the. She's like, remember how she was like, oh, this is El Hazard sent me this love poem. Why won't he leave me alone? Well, how else have I this entire game proved to people who I am? I gave them my ring. So I need to give Cosima my ring. I love that little hopping motion. It's so cute. There's something just really adorable about sprites in these 16-bit, 16 color games. Uh like the spider and the bat in Heroes Quest 1 were super adorable, and Brandon made this nightingale super adorable. Maybe I'm just an old person who loves the nostalgia of these old games. I just think like the little like wiggly pixels, they're so cute. Who has my ring? Oh, the shopkeeper has it, right? How do I get my ring back from him? No, who has my ring? It's the shopkeep, right? Because he said, well, oh, he's back now that my lamp's empty. Got any old lamps to trade for our new lamps, honey? Yes. Excuse me, peddler, but I have an old lamp that you might be interested in. Ah, an old lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps. Um, which one do you think the genie? I feel like 4 is the right choice. I'm gonna look it up just in case, so I don't have to come back and do this. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I don't know this yet. Now, am I hosed because I may have picked the wrong lamp? Or will he come back? I'm gonna load it just in case. I don't know what the guy wants for my ring. I want to get my ring back, but I don't know what to give him to get it back. Hi, Birdie. Gonna ignore him for now. Good day, Prince Alexander. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trade. This guy took my ring for the magic map. Oh, I need the pearl to get the ring back. That's what I use the pearl for. So the problem is that okay. So I need the oyster, and I don't think I can get the pearl from the oyster because I think I missed my one shot to get it. And I think in the VGA version, the oyster doesn't actually fall asleep until you've removed the pearl. Nothing in any walkthroughs about the VGA version talk about how like waking the oyster up or anything like that. So right now, I think I'm stuck. I think I need to start a new game. So I reloaded a save. Before I got captured by the druids, I took Beauty's hair off the dress. And hopefully that'll circumvent my need to get the oyster completely, the pearl out of the oyster completely. I don't know if there's any reason other than getting hair off the ribbon to send our ring to Casima, but that option is no longer available to me. I cannot send my ring to Casima because I cannot get the pearl. But we did get hair, so we should be able to enchant the skull. We'll jam the embers and the hair in the skull, cast the spell, and then we should be able to ride on the horse, the Black Pegasus, to get to the underworld. So my speed is set to very fast right now because I was uh, redoing some work. So let's see, we're gonna put the embers in the skull. Oh, put hole in skull. Hmm. Oh, I have to get I forgot. The one thing I didn't do was get embers. Okay. I put the hair in the skull. We put the strand of the hair in the skull. Um, a bit of sulfur. Brimstone. Where do we get the brimstone? I'm gonna have to cheat. Because I thought that was be the coal, but it may not be. Oh, okay. One of the queens, that's right. Remember how she talked about how she had that egg? She's mad because she only has the egg to give to the wedding couple. I literally just forgot about that. Um, you know, it's not actually brimstone, it's a rotten egg. Rotten eggs smell like sulfur. Oh. So I did actually try to look up, um, since I think this is like the original AGI engine, I tried to use the debug menu. Alt D is historically the debug command for Sierra games in the AGI engine. It didn't work. So Oh, they wanted coal. Your Highness may as well spend her royal time contemplating something else. The lump of coal shall be sent to the castle to the crown under my name, and that's all there is to it. Well, ladies, you're in luck. I got a spare lump of coal. No, it shan't. Yes, it shall. If the coal is sent in your name, I shall royally decree a ban on all red in the isle. Do, and I shall royally decree that white shall be henceforth used for all mopping up of cabbage stew. You ladies got a cabbage stew problem around here? You wouldn't dare. Oh, wouldn't I? Oh, it's you. Have you thought of any more of those brilliant ideas of yours? Give coal? Here you go, ladies. I found the two of you another lump of coal so that you can stop fighting over the one you have. Oh, let me see. A lump of coal, and what a beauty it is, too. Marvelous. Now we can stop fighting, sister. Your Highness can just keep the old lump of coal, and I'll take this new one. Uh-oh, something new to fight about. Oh, quite right. Oh, they're happy about that. This settles everything. As a token of our endless esteem and royal favor, please accept this magnificent and truly incredible spoiled egg. Thanks. So now we're gonna put that in the skull. Let me see that lump of coal, Your Highness. It is a beauty, isn't it? Why, it's bigger than my lump of coal. Let me have it immediately. There they go. Over my dead body, Your Highness, it is my lump of coal, and it is indeed larger and much grander. Just look at that sheen. I demand that you exchange with me immediately. Sisters. Um, Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull. The spoiled egg hisses as it makes contact with the hot embers. Zounds, the steam. Phew, the smell of sulfur. Okay. My frowny face. Um, from when I thought I was just like, oh, please, please unhose myself. Excellent. Okay, so now we can open spell book and cast. The incantation would do a little good without creature. Okay, so we don't cast the spell until we actually get to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain and see the nightmare. Oh, please, I just sure hope I don't need that ring for anything. There it is. Alexander arrives at the top of the cliff, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb. There's my horsey. Okay, use spellbook. Alexander solemnly speaks the incantation over the skull. Creature of night, to me succumb. Purity bind thee like a chain. Do whate'er I now ordain. The skull does not respond to Alexander's incantation. The embers have grown cold since Alexander gathered them, thus ruining the spell. Dara? The whole iceberg lettuce scenario all over again. So we just gotta book it. Alexander exchanges the embers in his skull for more red hot embers from the fire. It bothers me that there's no rhyme for succumb in there. Sweet. Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone. Unable to resist the power of the enchanted smell, Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the human so close to her flank, or of anything at all except that marvelous smell. Take me away. That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one. Now ride. I like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. Nightmare deposits Alexander in a strange cold world. And from the inhabitant and some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly. I think I'm gonna call it there. I just about had a soft mental breakdown from when I thought I was hosed by not being able to get the pearl, but I've gotten further, and that gives me some hope that I'm not completely like, hopefully I don't need to talk to Cosima. I don't need to send her my ring. Um, hopefully I don't need to use the ribbon for anything. I'll look that up because if I do need to use the ribbon for something, then there's no point in me continuing to play the save game, and I'll just need to start over. But if I play it on the fastest option and don't read any of the text, it should go much faster. So, oh, just the thought makes me tired. I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up right now. So you can see me deflate or be happy on screen. Okay. It says here that the ribbon is only found after giving the ring to the nightingale. It is not used. So I'm safe. We don't need to worry about the ribbon or the ring any further at this point. Let me look up the ring. It is given to the pawn shop owner, it is shown to Jolo, and it is shown to the nightingale to get the ribbon from Cosima. Okay. We are so safe from this point on. Um, I really don't think the oyster is supposed to fall asleep until you take the pearl from his mouth because I think he continues to have pain as long as it's in there. But you know, these things like this is a lot of hard work. Brandon Corey did like so much work to get this into the AGI engine and demake it. If that's an issue with the demake, whatever, there's a way around it. Or maybe I'm just misremembering the way the oyster works in the the SVGA version, the VGA version. I'm not sure, but I think we're in the clear. Okay, so out of curiosity, I did load up King's Quest 6, the original version, since I do own it on Good Old Games. I just haven't played it anytime recently. And I got as far to interact with the oyster, which isn't very far. It took me like 5 minutes. Um, and it is possible to have the oyster fall completely asleep, but it without getting the pearl. But it's almost impossible not to get the pearl. So when Alexander sits down and reads the very boring book to the oyster yawns like 3 or 4 times, and it leaves its mouth open, giving you plenty of opportunities to click on the pearl. Now, if Alexander finishes his page that he's reading and the, the oyster falls asleep, it will fall asleep permanently, meaning the only way you can get hair from that point on is from Beauty's dress. So then, if you use Beauty's dress to, or her servant clothes to put out the fire without getting the hair, you do soft lock yourself. As far as I can tell, I don't think there's any other way to get to the underworld without using the spell on the nightmare, which you need the hair for. Um, there could be a different way to get nightmare or to get to the underworld, but I don't know what it would be. It just would be in the original really hard to soft lock yourself into that situation without having the hair ribbon or Beauty's hair off of her dress because the oyster just gives you so many opportunities to get the pearl. That's all. It I just wanted to correct the record. Yes, the oyster will absolutely fall asleep if you wait too long. But if you waited that long, that's like a choice that maybe like 2% of the people who ever played King's Quest 6 probably ever made. So the demake isn't completely off base. It's just way less forgiving than the original. That's all. All right, back to the outro. So, thanks for joining me this time around. I'm worried about the zombies eating me. Zombie. Really don't have anything for you. Teacup of sludge. That's it. So, sorry. If you get really hungry, have some swamp booze. But you gotta be real desperate. In the meantime, adventure safe out there, okay? And I'll see you in the next installment. Oh God, I thought I was really screwed. Oh.